What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches. Come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd. They're screaming, stop now. Well, let them swallow the pride. You're turning the tide to true believers. Got them in the palm of your hand. You're playing God now. What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, stop. Another twist of the knife, it's another screws on your mind, and it's fighting you. Arm yourself, the storm is coming. Well, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. What you gonna do? And now you're playing with matches. Come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd. gonna die today? Make it out alive. You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. What you gonna do? What you gonna do Phoenix fly. What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, "Stop now." Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws. It's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming.
He's just a person who does a lot of very
What you
he
gonna
needs
do
the jungler to play a certain function.
Alright, you can start. Hello guys and welcome to the finals of the India qualifiers between Super 6 and Storm Raiders. I'm joined with me today by my co-caster Eureka, where we will be watching an amazing best of 3 series which will determine who's going to be the first seed going into the main tournament and who's going to be the second seed. Eureka, are you excited for this matchup? Because you can see two of India's best teams facing against each other.
Oh, definitely. And both teams have a lot of drafting in mind. I think, Stormraiders is like the team who won the Lenovo Cup, and we have this team coming in here who is currently being coached by Flux, who's known for his drafting. And like, I'm really interested to see how they draft against each other. I think a lot of this game will be decided on who makes the better draft and who makes the better moves in the early game.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see already a lot of bans coming out respecting the Blitzcrank from Rusty, who is a Grandmaster player, the best Blitzcrank in the SES server, according to League of Graphs. And 80s have been left up, Eureka, and it's just going to be a trade of the Kaisa for the Zaya. But no, never mind. They changed the options and go for the On instead. And On is a really strong pickup in the current meta. And what are your thoughts on that? Captain going for his comfort pick, Zaya in the first pick.
I mean, currently, speaking regarding AD carries, Isaiah is definitely top tier. She's been played a lot in at Worlds even, and even though this is not the Worlds patch, where we moved up one patch, she still remains a very strong champion because of her ability to fight in small corridors and just set up really great team fights.
That's true. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they're gonna make this composition work out because they do end up leaving Kaisa back open to Stormraiders. So the two strongest ADs in the meta are open and have been traded. But the on pickup is very crucial here because it allows Stormraiders to pick up a very strong tank, and that's something that Asuran in the Super 6 squad also loves to play. His scale has been left up, mind you, and Kale can be a good pick into the on who can just look to scale up. But I like the support pick. Zyrakan is a bot lane coming out right there for Super 6, and that's looking really strong for them already in the bot side. And that's going to be a Kale pickup as we predicted. So, how do the lanes look for you so far, Eureka? It does look like Super 6 are having a good time in the drafting scene.
Definitely, if Kale can survive that early laning phase and just get to her power points, this game just seems to be completely in the hand of Super 6 here. Drafting Zyra Khan, which can be a bit of a kill lane, if Kaisa does not get the appropriate protection she needs from this combination, it can be quite devastating. and I really hope they draft something to protect the Kaisa a bit more. And the Kale coming in also gives them a very nice scaling edge. So, Storm Raiders here needs to pull out some early stops here if they want to win this game.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel the drafting phase so far is going as expected or as planned, and that's going to be a Syndra pickup that can be flexed in the bot lane. It is known that Stormraiders love flexing their picks. You know, the Kaisa can go jungle. It's just the nature of the matchup for these people, and I like that they have picked out a flex pick. So, you know, for the time being, like Super 6 won't really know where the Syndra is going, where the Kaisa is going. And as we see more bans come out, that's going to be a focus on the mid lane. The Galio gets banned and the Leona gets banned, which obviously is a good ban against Rakan because the Leona can stop a lot of the Rakan engage right there. But how do you see both these compositions trying to round off their comms here? Like, considering now there's a lot of damage on the side of Super 6, but we don't really see any sort of front line.
Well, the Super 6 draft, I think, is very mimicking one of SKT's drafts here at Worlds versus G2. I think that they've almost picked the exact same champions. I wonder what they're going to pick for mid and top here. Sorry, mid and jungle. And Storm Raiders here, I really want to see what support they pick in answer to the Zyrakan. And Kaisa's could be in a lot of trouble if they don't pick like a support that meshes well and can keep her safe against that combination. And the jungler is gonna basically determine the survivability. I really want to see what support they pick in answer to. Storm Raiders has a really strong bot lane, but like, can they really pick off? Can they really get some steam going against a Zyrakan and maybe a really terrifying jungler pick?
That's exactly what we'll have to see. As you can see right now, the Tristana pickup has been made. So that will give away the location of the Syndra. That could be the one that will go mid. Or they might just bamboozle us and send Tristana mid, because that is also something that has happened in the past. So keeping up with the flex game, and I really like the Talia and Eureka. Kaka on that champion has made a huge impact in just roaming and making things happen. And this time it's going to be an LB pickup, LeBlanc right there. And that's just straight up saying, you know what, I like this matchup, let's make it happen. But Syndra is not exactly something that LeBlanc ends up counting. I would say it's pretty skill based, wouldn't you say? And then that Zinza pickup from Kachik, so showing some early game aggression, really want the KL to start scaling, and they need some early game, you know, dominance, and that's why the Zinza pickup has been made. And now the Thresh to round off the composition rather from Storm Raiders, and we can see it come to fruition. What are your thoughts now that both the compositions have been drafted, Eureka? It does look like Kale and Zaya will scale really well, and there's early game aggression from the Rakan, the LB, and the Zinza. On the other side, you see more team fighting, you see more Ornals, Tristana, Syndra, Kaisa doing damage, and I like both compositions. It clearly tells me what each team wants to do. Probably more split push oriented, more pick oriented on the side of Super 6, and more team fight oriented on the side of Storm Raiders.
And that is a Kaisa jungle, by the way.
Oh, you know what? They bamboozled us yet again. Is that going to be Termi playing Ornn in the mid lane? Hello? I do not understand this. Storm Raiders, just, they love bamboozling at this picks, man. I don't know if that's on top or on mid or what, but okay, that was unexpected.
Think of this. Syndra, Thresh going bot, and Tristana going top, and Ornn going mid. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a Tristana top, because that's key to victory playing it, and I feel this has been picked to counter the KL.